Hello, Auntie. Oh, hello, Aisha beta. As always, right on time. Go wake up that lazy idiot who is still fast asleep like a log, even though I've tried to wake him up at least a dozen times since this morning. What? He's still sleeping? Can't believe you're going to be late again. Aisha rushes into Rohan's bedroom, which is situated on the first floor of the Kapoor mansion. Rohan is the only son of Ajit and Beena, and the sole heir of Kapoor Construction, a multi-million-dollar construction company that undertakes large-scale commercial projects. Ajit and Beena's son Rohan has been brought up with the expectation that one day he will take over his father's company. He was sent to the most prestigious school in the country and is currently studying architecture at India's top university. Rohan, I can't believe you're still sleeping, and where the hell were you last night? Aisha climbs on top of Rohan and starts shaking him fiercely in order to wake him up. Fuck off! Rohan shouts in his sleep, annoyed at Aisha, and grabs her by the waist, lifting her easily and letting her fall on the other side of the bed. Aisha decides that the only way to wake her best friend Rohan up is to do what she has to do every single day. She goes into the bathroom and fills up a glass of water, walks outside and dumps it all on Rohan's head. What the fuck? Who does that? Rohan jolts up in shock and immediately checks the side of his pillow to make sure the packet of smokes that he keeps so close to his heart is not destroyed by the water. Relieved that the smokes were unharmed by the water, he picks one cigarette out from the pack and lights it. Only after smoking a few puffs and checking his phone does he finally look at Aisha, who was sitting on the sofa in front of the bed, fuming with anger. You know I hate to be late on the first day, right? We are already in our 4th year, and today is the first day of freshman orientation. What kind of example are we setting for the first years if we don't get there on time ourselves? Do I look like I give a fuck? Rohan gets up from the bed. He is still wearing his black ripped jeans that he wore last night when he went clubbing, and his naked upper body is still wet from the water that got splashed on him by Aisha. He walks over to Aisha and looks at her intently. Did you do something different to your face today? Aisha looks up at Rohan. His intense gaze made her entire body suddenly become hot, and her throat went dry. She gulps down her saliva and asks weakly, No, why? It looks worse, like really ugly. Rohan laughs as he ruffles her hair and walks into the shower. Shut up, idiot! Shouts Aisha as she holds her face with both her hands and tries to hide her tomato red face. She hated herself for having these involuntary reactions in front of Rohan. Aisha realized that she loved Rohan deeply when she was in middle school with him. But she knew that she can't put her friendship with Rohan in jeopardy by confessing to him. Rohan is not the type to get serious with anyone, and if he dumps her when he gets bored, she will also lose the only best friend she has, which she could not afford to do. So she decided to stay quietly beside him, as a best friend and as a companion. She didn't mind Rohan being a playboy and having countless one-night stands and relationships, because she knew that girls will come and go in his life, but she will always remain the constant, the only one who understood him, the only one who will stay beside him through thick and thin. Morning, Ma. Rohan kisses his mother on the cheek as he grabs an apple from the kitchen counter. Morning, beta. Don't you feel bad using this sweet girl as an alarm clock every day? Says Beena as she gestures to the cook to bring over Rohan and Aisha's breakfast for them. I'd feel bad if I asked her to come over to be my alarm clock every day. I can't feel bad for something I didn't ask her to do in the first place. Auntie, sometimes I can't believe you birthed such an ungrateful little prick. Aisha picks an orange from the fruit bowl and throws it on Rohan's face. Rohan catches it mid-air, smiles and starts peeling the skin to eat it. Beena couldn't help but chuckle along with Rohan and Aisha. She secretly hoped they'd get married someday. Wouldn't it be wonderful to have a family friend's daughter as my daughter-in-law? She thought to herself. The three of them were having breakfast when Rohan's dad Ajit walks into the living room after finishing up his morning meetings in his home office. Everyone goes quiet when Ajit walks in. Why does it look like I've walked into a funeral? No, nothing like that, honey. We were just talking about Rohan and Aisha's first day after the semester break. Bina says as she gets up from the table and walks over to him. Join the office and start as a trainee while you are in the last year of your university. It's better to learn the ropes from the bottom up before you take over my position next year, says Ajit, looking sternly at Rohan. Rohan doesn't look up at his father and keeps having his breakfast on the table. Looking at Rohan's disrespectful attitude, Ajit opens his mouth to say something when suddenly Mr. Shah, Ajit's personal secretary, walks in and interrupts their conversation. Sir, Mr. Patel is on the line. He wants to talk about the Gujarat high-speed rail contract with you. Ajit begrudgingly takes his cell phone from Mr. Shah's hand and goes upstairs into his home office. Mr. Shah smiles at Rohan affectionately. Rohan also smiles back at him, relieved that, like always, Shah uncle came in at the right time to save him from his dad's lecture. Mr. Shah was around the same age as Rohan's dad. He had worked for Kapoor Construction for 23 odd years and had always been part of Rohan's life growing up. Mr. Shah was the person that Rohan's father trusted the most in the company as well as in his life. He was also the first person Rohan called when he needed advice or ran into problems. He knew that if he did something bad, he had Shah uncle by his side to clear up his mess. Rohan goes inside his garage and picks up his favorite motorbike, Ducati Divel, from a lineup of about 20 superbikes that Rohan had collected over the years. Rohan was passionate about riding and was also an active member of an underground riding club. Aisha hopped on the motorbike behind Rohan and they rode off on busy Delhi streets toward their university. At the beginning of their university days, everyone used to think that Aisha and Rohan were a couple, since they were practically together all day. However, both Rohan and Aisha shut down the rumors quickly by letting everyone know that they were just childhood best friends and nothing more than that. Rohan and Aisha had just entered the university gates when suddenly a guy runs out into the middle of the road and bent down to pick up a grubby teddy bear off the ground. Rohan pulled hard at the brakes and the bike screeched to a halt. Thankfully, the speed of the bike was already slow and nothing happened to Aisha or the guy who was bent down, oblivious to the accident that was just about to happen. What the actual fuck? Hi guys, this is BL Fan Edits. Thank you for listening to chapter 1 of my original BL novel, Unexpected Love. Please let me know in the comments below your feedback on this chapter. And please subscribe to this channel to follow along the love story of Rohan and Dev. And I will see you all soon with chapter number 2. Bye.